Hi, my name is Bill Laboon. I'm the Director of Community and Education at Web3 Foundation here in Zug, Switzerland. And today I'm going to show you how to create a Kusama account using the Polka.js extension. In order to do this, first we must go to get the Polka.js extension, which we can do at polkadot.js.org/extension. And here you can download and install this extension either for Chrome or other Chromium-based browsers or Firefox. Before we go on, I want to assure you that the extension is open source. The code is available and can be examined, and it does not send any information, even anonymized information, to any sort of centralized server. So your information that you enter in the extension stays on the extension. After you install the extension, you'll notice an orange circle with a white P. If you aren't seeing it in your upper left-hand corner, you may need to pin it or turn it on in your browser to be able to view it. We're now going to click on this extension. If it's your first time using this, you may notice a little reminder letting you know that the information is stored safely on the computer and not sent to a centralized server. To add an account, we'll click on the plus button and then create new account. So just because I think this part is a little bit confusing, I want to emphasize this address that we see here starting with a 5 will actually not be your Kusama address. And the reason for this is because the Polka.js extension supports many different networks. And these networks will have different address formats, but they'll use the same seed. And so we can actually use the same seed for multiple networks. So because we have not changed this to Kusama yet, you'll notice it starts with a 5, whereas Kusama addresses will start with a capital letter. It's showing us what's called the raw substrate form that does start with 5. The first thing we should do here is write down our 12-word mnemonic seed. So this is the key to your account. Anyone who knows this seed, which has been generated specifically for you, anyone who knows this seed is going to have access to your account. So we want to keep this very secure and very safe. So we recommend that you do not put this anywhere on a digital device. You don't copy and paste it into a file or email it to yourself or anything like that. Rather, you write it down on old-fashioned paper. See, Mnemonic Seed, keep it safe, and store it in a safe place. I recommend that you store it in several geographically disparate locations just in case there is some sort of problem and you lose it or it's destroyed through a fire or something like that. So after you have written it down, let the extension know that you have saved the mnemonic seed safely, and we'll move on to the next step. So whereas before, remember I said we created an account that's using a raw substrate address here, we're now going to change this from allow use on any chain to Kusama relay chain. So you'll notice that this address has changed. It's now showing it's starting with a capital letter as Kusama addresses do. We can then give a descriptive name for the account. And this is just for your own sake and ease of keeping track. This doesn't do anything on chain. So I will call this Bill test account, and I will give it a password and repeat it. And this password will be necessary to access this from the computer. But again, if someone has the seed, then they will be able to bypass this password, which is why it is very important to keep the seed safe and secure and away from any digital devices. So we're now going to add this account with the generated seed, and I now have an account. If I want to, I can store this in a different way by exporting the account. I will have to enter my password to do this. And this actually gives me a JSON file that I can store, but this JSON file cannot be used to reload your account unless you also know the password. So essentially, you need one of two things, either the seed words or both the JSON file and the password. So now let's see how we can use our account by connecting it to polkadot.js. So if you go to polkadot.js.org/apps, you should see a page similar to this. We want to make sure that we're on the correct network, so we'll go into the upper left-hand corner and click on Kusama, and then any one of the specific nodes listed below it. After this, we can press switch. It will take a moment to load as it connects to the new node. And we then go to Accounts, Accounts. So this will show us all of the accounts in our Polkadot.js extension. This also allows us to do things like receive and send. If you would like to copy your account's address, you can hover over the little dot icon. You'll see that my cursor has changed to a plus, and click. This will actually copy my account address to the clipboard so that I can then, if I want to, for instance, send to an address, I can paste it there. So I can't send it to myself, of course. It's not going to do anything. But you can just see that by clicking on that, it added it to my clipboard, and I could then paste it. Alternatively, I could do it through the Polkadot.js extension, also by hovering over the dot icon and clicking. And you'll notice it says that it was copied. So I hope this has shown you how to create a Kusama account and has whet your appetite to try out more of the Kusama network.